Hey Mavericks, welcome back for another training module to help you grow your agency the right way. This module is about one of the more important topics for your agency, especially if you have any desire to grow and sustain. And what we're going to be talking about today is client retention. Losing clients is one of the most discouraging and hindering things that can happen in your agency, especially if you're trying to scale. Because you might start off with 1 to 2 clients. Well, when you lose one client, all of a sudden that's 50% of the revenue that you're bringing in for your agency. And so you have to come up with different ways that you can keep clients around. And most of this is going to come down to very good customer service tactics. And so here's a couple things that you can do that will keep your clients around longer. It'll make them happier. And these are the strategies that we've used in our own $100,000 a month agency and have kept clients around for years and years. So let's get to it. One of the things that you're going to have to do in order to reduce churn, which is losing clients month after month and kind of staying out of that cycle of floating and sinking, is you're going to need open support channels. Whenever you're onboarding a client, you'll want to have a means of communicating with them, something that they can have access to throughout the week, so that if they need help with something or if they have questions, they're able to send messages to it or something like that. It makes them feel like they have an open dialogue with you through these support channels. So the support channels that we use for our own account managers at our agency is called Sideline. Basically, Sideline is an app that gives you a tracking number that's separate from your personal number. That way, when clients are messaging us throughout the week, they're not messaging our personal number, and we can turn off notifications anytime that we want so that we can maintain that distance and privacy. But Sideline is super simple. It does have a subscription cost, but it allows you to have a place where you can keep all of your messages between your clients in one area and separate it from your personal phone. And then it also gives them a chance to text or call a support line where you'll be able to know that it's a client calling you or texting you, and you'll have the ability to respond to messages and answer any questions that they have throughout the week. We find that this is extremely effective, and our clients really love it because they'll have a question, they're not able to answer it themselves, and they'll just send us a text message or a picture or whatever it is, and we'll have a team member that's there to actually respond to them. And so they're being taken care of, they're happy, and there's no questions as to how everything is going. And so this goes to the next topic, which is having regular check-ins with your clients. In fact, this is probably the most important of the things that you can do to increase your client retention. And so what we like to do is we give our clients an option where we do bi-weekly or monthly check-ins. This is where we actually put it on our calendar. We give it a date and a time, and we have the goal of going over campaign performance and then answering any other questions that require an in-depth conversation. And so this gives them, again, another level of assurance that all the information that they need will be discussed on this call. They know that you're taking care of them. And so, but it's important that you actually are able to set it as a date on your calendar where they have your full attention. You give it about a 30-minute time span, something like that. It can go longer, but typically that's how long our meetings are. And we just go through campaign performance. We talk about are they closing deals? What are some of the bottlenecks or obstacles that they're facing? We talk about the numbers, good or bad. And then we talk about the strategy of what we're going to be doing going forward. And so everything is totally transparent and everyone knows what's going on. And so that's one of the things that really sets us apart is our level of customer service, the kind of relationship that we have with our clients. And we have some clients that at this point have stayed around for 2 to 3 years and longer. So the third thing that you're going to want to do in order to increase your client retention rates is having transparent reporting. What I mean by that is having regular reports of those campaigns. They know exactly what they're looking at, and it gives you something to talk about. You can actually show, hey, this is what your campaign is doing. This is how it's helped your business. And whenever you're talking about those things, when you actually show them the numbers, for instance, on a text campaign, I'll ask the client, hey, how are those clients that you're getting through the text campaign? Do you feel like you're closing those jobs, etc., whatever the conversation is? And one of our clients was like, oh yeah, definitely. I can say that I've gotten a 4x return on our investment based upon those messages you're sending out. Great. Wow. So you have a tangible number. You can look at the percentage of those messages sent out, and then you're able to see, okay, how many are left, and then you can ask them how many jobs were closed in that 2 week or month time span, depending on the campaign. If it's like advertising, like Google ads, Facebook ads, something like that, you'll want to have some sort of campaign report that actually shows them, what is spent, how many leads have come through or calls, how many messages have come through, and then you'll want to ask them the quality of those opportunities and see, like, what are their closing rates? Do they need help with sales? Whatever it might be. And then if you're doing something like search engine optimization, then you'll want to have some sort of report set out to where you can see how their keywords are being tracked, what kind of performance their website visibility is doing at the time, all of those different things, how many calls organically, messages organically that they've received. You'll just want to have numbers readily available for them on a monthly basis, probably, so that there's transparency. There's no questions on whether or not you're actually doing your job. And whenever you do that, it just creates that trust. And clients, when they trust you, are going to be the ones that stick around longer. So transparent reporting is a must. And then the fourth thing that's going to help you with client retention is value stacking your services. What I'm saying is that you may have a single service that they subscribe to whenever they came on board with your company. And then you'll see later down the line that they have some kind of issue or they have a need, and you can inject in some other service. You can upsell them, and so now they've got 2 hooks in them, and then you see that there's another need, so you have 3 hooks in them. And so the more services that you have with a single client, the less likely that they're going to leave you, because it's kind of like moving all of your stuff into a storage unit. Well, once you're in that storage unit, you're not really going to want to move again anytime soon. And so having more services with each client and having a lot of value stacked into your services, they're far less likely to leave you, especially if it's performing to an adequate level. These are just a couple of things that you can do to increase your client retention, but these are the things that we do extremely well. We put a lot of effort into our client retention and open communication through our support channels, regular check-in calls, and then we do transparent reporting to all of our clients. And this is what keeps them around for years and years, which means your MRR, your monthly recurring revenue, is going up because you're bringing on new clients. And so you're just adding on that revenue month after month. And that's how your business prospers. Deliver a great service, have great support, and you'll do just fine. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. And as always, get to work.